Hello Manchester United fans, welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Fabrizio Romano shares update on Ten Hag after Man United emergency meeting. Erik Ten Hag is set to remain as manager, with the Manchester United board failing to come to a mutual decision on his future at the club, reveals Fabrizio Romano. High expectations from Manchester United fans for the 2024-25 season were met with an underwhelming outcome, after a series of poor outings pushed the side to 14th in the Premier League table after 7 games. Despite the Dutch tactician having returned a League Cup and an FA Cup during his tenure at Old Trafford, some supporters are now demanding a change of leadership, citing poor transfer plans and a lacklustre style of football as key reasons behind his dismal performances. Ten Hag faces uncertainty in the days ahead, but following the most recent meeting among the club's top brass, he may find that he is afforded a little more time to launch a last-ditch attempt at putting things right. Via his daily briefing, Romano delivered the latest update on Erik Ten Hag's imminent future, following board meetings in the past days. He wrote, "Manchester United had meetings yesterday, but at the time of writing I have no substantial updates on what was discussed and what it means for how the club's plans are taking shape. It's a situation to follow hour by hour as it involves many people. They're discussing several things after the poor start to the season. It includes the management, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, they're discussing all together, so at the moment, while I'm writing this, Man United have not made any firm decision yet and Erik Ten Hag remains the manager." It follows after the Manchester United higher-ups gathered for a pre-scheduled meeting to discuss club operations ahead of the mid-November international break. While details of the meeting were kept under wraps, it seemed inevitable for the future of Ten Hag to emerge as a talking point. With just 3 triumphs in the 10 fixtures across all competitions since the Premier League opener against Fulham, Manchester United's abysmal form has left a serious dent in their ambitions for the season. These results have been matched, or even worsened, by poor performances on the pitch, leaving few sources of optimism for fans to look forward to. However, despite recent events, the former Ajax boss looks set to continue for the time being, with the United board failing to reach a firm decision. Mark Goldbridge shares update he's heard on Ten Hag's future. Manchester United boss Erik Ten Hag has been spared the sack at Old Trafford for now, after club chiefs conducted a meeting on Tuesday to discuss the future of their manager amongst other issues, and Mark Goldbridge has stated that there was never going to be any news of a dismissal for the Dutchman, who has reportedly been given more time to resolve their poor start to the season. Just 3 wins from 10 games in all competitions for United, including a routine win over Barnsley at home in the League Cup and a convincing win over basement boys Southampton, means that the Red Devils have suffered their worst ever start to a Premier League campaign in their bid to try to avenge their worst ever finish from last season, in which they came 8th under the Ajax boss. That led to a meeting being held on Tuesday to discuss any potential changes to the dugout, but Ten Hag has survived, according to multiple reports, and Goldbridge has had his say on the matter. Posting on X, formerly Twitter, the United fan presenter stated that with there being no update on Ten Hag's future, it likely meant that there was never going to be a change in management despite a slow start to the 2024-25 campaign. He posted, "A report from the Manchester Evening News on Wednesday morning suggests that Ten Hag is firm in his belief that he has the backing of the Ineos hierarchy, with the new minority shareholders having taken over the club in February, whilst the Dutchman has seen his plans for a new wall to be built around the training pitch accepted in a bid to garner more privacy for his first-team players. Ten Hag will know that he cannot continue in his job at the current rate, but their fixture list will start to become easier after the international break and there will be hope that United can start to pick up points to shoot up the Premier League table. Home games against Brentford, Chelsea and Leicester City will offer opportunities to shine at Old Trafford alongside away trips to West Ham United and Ipswich Town. And though no game is easy in the top flight, they are a favourable set of fixtures in comparison to recent games. Europa League games also include an away trip to Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce, which will be tough, alongside a home tie against Greek side PAOK and a League Cup clash at the Theatre of Dreams with Leicester also visiting again. Manchester United flop could have £9 million contract cancelled after 1 month. Memphis Depay left Atletico Madrid early in the summer to sign for Brazilian side Corinthians, but his future on South America is already uncertain. Memphis Depay's contract with Corinthians could be terminated just a month after his move from Atletico Madrid. The former Manchester United winger, who had a year left on his deal with Madrid, chose to move to Brazil despite interest from several European clubs. However, financial issues at Corinthians have cast doubt over his future there. The club's primary sponsor, Esportes da Sorte, suspected of criminal activity, is reportedly responsible for most of Depay's salary. If they are forced to sever ties with the team, Corinthians may not be able to afford the £9 million per year agreement with the 30-year-old, one of the league's highest earners. Despite providing 2 assists in his 4 appearances for the club, Depay may soon be seeking a new team. The forward has played in England, France and Spain since starting out with PSV in his native Netherlands. After a standout season where he scored over 20 goals, United signed him. Louis van Gaal was at the helm of United when he decided to make fellow Dutchman Depay one of his key signings. He scored just 7 times in 53 appearances before making the move to Lyon after Van Gaal was dismissed. In France, Depay rediscovered his knack for scoring, netting 71 goals during his 4 full seasons with the club. He twice surpassed the 20-goal mark, including in his final season in Ligue 1 before opting to join another Dutch manager, Ronald Koeman, at Barcelona. After spending 2 years at Nou Camp, where he scored 13 times in his debut season, he later moved to Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone's team signed Depay for a nominal fee where he scored 9 times in his final season. Manchester United made history 25 years ago by becoming the first English club to win the treble. This stunning Manchester Evening News souvenir special looks at the men behind the triumph, the key moments, the big matches, the astonishing comebacks: David Beckham, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, perhaps the finest midfield quartet in the history of the British game. Peter Schmeichel and Jaap Stam, 2 of the rocks at the back upon which the treble triumph was built. The Fab Four up front: Andy Cole, Dwight Yorke, Teddy Sheringham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Thanks for watching.